Hi, good day. Now let's welcome you to a new solution. This is the Dannyokec Developers Hub, and we basically create softwares that will provide solutions to real problems. Today I'm going to show you one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria, and it is around refillable energy. Have you ever been in a position you're cooking at night, very late at night, and suddenly the gas cooker stops burning? Why? Because your gas is finished. Now you take over the gas cylinder, you hop onto the streets, but every single person who refuels gas has closed for the day. That is a problem. Or have you ever been in a situation where there's a movie, there is a work, you have a deadline, you have to submit that job first thing tomorrow to your boss. You have a freelance job, you have to wrap it up before the Monday morning or before the next morning. And right now, guess what? Your fuel is finished. Now you take up your keg, you head to the streets trying to get fuel. No police station is active. Even the black market are even nowhere to be found. We have all been in very frustrating position where we want to be able to refill our gas cooker, refill our, generator with fuel, and similar stuff relating to energies. And the worst part of it is when those moments come, they come without telling you. Imagine where you're cooking beans or you're cooking something that's already halfway. That is when the gas know you to stop without any warning. So today we'll be showing you the solution we provided for refillable energy. Now this is a one-stop refillable app. Now you need a gas cooker, just the same way we have this dispenser. If this water on this dispenser finish, all I simply have to do, I have to go to the nearest supermarket. I give them an empty dispenser and I pick up a dispenser filled with water. And now this simply means I don't have to spend time on the supermarket. All I simply have to do, go with my old dispenser bottle and I get a new refill. But I think that is even very stressful because I have to leave the comfort of my home or my office to take an empty dispenser bottle down to the nearest supermarket. The OLNG app solves not just the refill service, but a good delivery service. So this simply means if my cooking gas finish, I don't have to take the gas cylinder to any point. I just have to head over to the OLNG app, click on the amount of gas I would want to refill, and a logistics member from OLNG will come within 15 minutes, drop the old cylinder, and take the old cylinder and give us a new refill cylinder. Now, this is not just for gas cooker, this is for fuel, this is for anything else to do with renewable energy. Today we have Charles here. This is Charles Graphics. He's the head of graphic design at Dannyokec Group at Dannyokec Developers Hub. So today he's going to be giving us a walkthrough on what we have been able to redesign in Nigeria. So please, Charles, could you show us what you've had doing so far?
So this is basically the user journey of the app I've done so far. So it starts from the onboarding page where the user gets to sign up on the app, either with phone number or with Google, Facebook, or sign in with Apple. Then you get to verify your phone number. And after you've done the process, then you have to fill in just a little bit information about you, your first name, last name, username, email address, and then have a password. And that will be all with the signing up. Then you have to fill in your exact location. So by allowing that, you need to just share your location to the app so it can make it easier for you to be located whenever you make an order. And after the process, then you get to um, select whatever you want to order from the um, screen of the see what's this page called, the dashboard. So then from there you get to select whatever you want to order from your dashboard, either it is cooking gas, petrol, kerosene, or diesel. Now whatever you want to order from the menu, either it is cooking gas, petrol, kerosene, or diesel. Now let's say you want to order a cooking gas. After clicking on this, then you get to select a merchant. Now the merchant here are listed based on their distance from your location. So then you started from the closest one to you to the one that is far away. So then you select a merchant that is closer to you. Then here you get to see the price of the gas, the delivery price, and also scrolling down, you get to see a little bit of details about the merchant, and then you can lay a review after making an order, and you can also go down and see the ratings and the review of other people that have already ordered from this merchant. Now you place an order, you get to see a screen where you select the actual kg you want to order, let's say 3 kg. Then you can just keep on adding it up till you get your desirable kilogram you want to order. Then going down now, you see every details you need to fill for you to get this order delivered. The recipient, you can either order a gas for you or order a gas for anybody. Then the recipient, you can either order a gas for you or for a family and friend. That is where this option comes to play. Then going down, you see you select for me. Then you have your name and your phone number. Then the delivery details. This is where you need to um, then the delivery details. This place is actually about the delivery fee and the time it's going to take for this gas to be delivered to you. And also, there's also a feature for you to schedule a deliver for now or later. Now, let's say you schedule a deliver for later. You can select the day and the time you want it to be delivered. And also, you can add a note so as to make it easier for the dispatch rider to understand the delivery. Then going down, you have a of the whole summary of the whole fee. Then going down, you have the summary of the whole order, and then you can make payments securely, either with one click. That is, if you have your bank card linked, or you can just pay with your bank card or pay with a transfer or USSD. And let's say you click paying with your bank card, then you have to fill in your bank card, agree, and continue. And that is it.
So, in a nutshell, this is basically what we've been able to do. We're planning on rolling this app before the second week of July. We're very positive with the team and efforts. We're going to be doing tremendously more. So, he has given us a walkthrough of what we do. I will just touch a little bit of light on it. I'm going to tell you basically how every single person can be part and parcel of this movement. So, please, Mr. Charles, could you start from the first slide, which was where people sign up? Now we figured out that when it comes to registration or get into any app totally, we often have the issue of giving in so much information. So knowing fully well we might have a couple of problems with people giving in lots of information, we created like three basic things. Please zoom in more. You can either create up an account using your Google account if you're already logged into your mobile phone, using your Facebook, or sign in with your Apple. That means basically you're using an Apple device like us here at the hub. Now, after that being done, we'll move over to the next stage. Now, if you're not signing up with your mobile phone, you won't get to see this. So this comes in first at play when you're signing up with your mobile phone. However, if you're going through any other means, mobile phone verification doesn't come in immediately. But we actually expect lots of users to register with their mobile phone, since that will make things a lot more easier. Now, at the beginning of the app, we had a whole lot of consideration if we're going to actually let people fill in things like their full name, as most of the customers will be having are people who just want to test this immediately, and so having so many steps might discourage them. People really don't have patience with things they're trying out for the first time. So this simply means we're going to which is to the graphics, we're going to do what people like Amazon and Alibaba are doing. Do you know what they do? They let you come over to Amazon or Alibaba, you fill up your cart, you make purchases, and you make payments. It is after when you're already almost done with payments that they'll start asking you for sign up, right? So you're already there and it's easier. So what we're going to simply do for the first, although every single app we know, from cheaper cash to virtually every single tech app we've reviewed within this project, lots of them, they initially ask you for at least a couple of details so they'll be able to get to know you. So I think the best thing we can actually do at the moment is to minimize our options. So, for instance, virtually everybody right now makes use of um, Face ID. For those of us who use, an iPhone, and for those of us who don't use an iPhone, we have like a fingerprint. Are you following me up, graphic designer? So, what I actually think we could actually do to make things more easier, because I know people are really very impatient, right? People are really, really very impatient. Um, since we can instantly verify their phone number, I think at the moment we could actually work with one base. I love the idea of using a Google login sign in and a Facebook login sign in. But the only problem is those apps can be easily fooled, right? Anyone can create a fake Facebook account, and when they sign in with Facebook, will get wrong details. I mean, there are people who do nothing more but prank startup. If they hear that there's a new app, you can actually make a delivery and it's pay on delivery, they want to start max ordering. Most times, it's not just people who want to have fun. Most times, it's our competitors who just feel like running us down. They make lots of orders. So I actually feel if we start with the Facebook signing and the log and the Google sign up, it would have made more sense if this was more like a social community. I don't know if you get the point. If it's like a blog, a forum, or like for instance, we have the Land Ninja, we have the Can Ninja. These are other platforms we have, right? But since basically our product or our service at the moment to be indigenous, by indigenous it means simply within Nigeria. I think the best thing to do is to start up with just phone number. We might not really be much interested with their email, as most of the people who will be using this our services they don't even have email. The old energy app will be going for businesses, barbing salon, people who are not even that educated, but their grandkids, their kids told them there's an app they cannot order for gas and petrol from. So telling those kind of elderly people they should have an email address, I think we might really, really scare them. Instead, we can make things even more easier. So please roll over to the first stage. So what I would prefer we do, I would prefer we use just this phone number. You're in accordance with me, right? So that way we reduce the amount of spam and fake, credentials we get. So we get the phone number. Let's go over to the next stage. We verify the phone number. Okay, using an OTP code. Now we're at the level where we have the first name, the last name, and the username. I love this username concept. I love it very much because it will help us order for things on behalf of people. But like I said, we're going to do what virtually every company do. They start to acting like they're very nonchalant about KYC. No, they just want as many people to come in as possible. Once they've made a name, you start seeing, oh, now we're now doing some validation. Everybody needs to verify themselves. At that point in time, you have tested their services. It's good. You have no issue having that validation to verify yourself. But if they are asking for so much details at the beginning, you pull out. So we're all following. So this simply means we're going to be taking off username and we're going to be taking off email. Right? We're going to take username off and we're going to take email off. And I'm actually going to give you precisely the biggest reason why we're taking these two things off. Username will come in maybe sometime in future, and the email address will come sometime in future. At the moment, we want it to be an easy one-stop service like WhatsApp, where you just put in your phone number, you validate your phone number, the next thing you're ordering for gas, and the next thing the gas is arriving. So it has to be very, very easy. We don't want anything that will look like it's going to disturb our clients. So in that notion, we're just going to go with the first name, the last name, and then password. Everybody precisely needs a password. But do we really need a password for the OLNG app? Because in as much as it might be very beautiful to be able to lock your orders, we could actually just put a pin when you are making a payment. Which if you're trying to make an order for the first time, that is where we can now ask you to create a pin for the first time instead of creating it at the registration that might be able to scare them. I don't know if you're following up with me. So we're going to be taking off email, password, and username. Now we're being left with this is what Payday did. If you sign up on Payday, they only ask you for an email, a phone number, last name, first name. That is all. Now, when you get into the app, you're now trying to create a card, a virtual card. They ask you for a BVN. You're now trying to create a virtual account on cheaper cash. They will now start asking you for more credentials. Why didn't they ask you those things at the beginning? It is easier when people have already entered and they now want to now move to do that thing. Just like when they're already on OLNG, it is easier to now ask them, okay, fine, okay, you want to now make this order. Could you create a pin? They will be more okay to create a pin. People are really more lazier than you think, and they can't really spend time on pages, as much as possible. Now, the second one, we have share location. So I don't know what conspiracy theory has been going on in the mind of people, but people somehow feel when they share their location, I think people have issues with it, but they don't have issues sharing it with both. So I think at the moment, the best thing to do is to not ask for permission at the beginning. I want us to be able to rope in people first, right? Because if we don't do all these things I'm saying right now, we will have people stopping at the registration page. Now, eventually, anybody who is coming in now is okay. I heard of OLNG app. Let me try it out. So when we take off this location, this is the location at the moment, right? Asking you to share location. Why don't we let them? Why don't we let them click on the gases they want and Then to not ask them where would they want to deliver it. It will not start insisting for permission. At that point in time, they've selected the kg, they've selected everything they need. The only thing that is holding them to go to the next stage is to share their location. Nobody will actually want to turn down that stage at the moment because they've gone through a particular ladder other than just going straight. So let's head over to the next one. Okay, so finally, when they give us their location, this is what we see. Okay, but we're going to swap it now. We're going to start with letting them order first before go this other way. We're going to let them order first before asking them for their location, and then finally, being able to choose the location. So let's head over to the thing. So at the moment, we have like four major services or four major refill that you can actually make. Now let's head over to what you could refill. Yeah, petrol, gas, um, and petrol, diesel, cooking gas, and kerosene. So the major reason why we added kerosene, I know it's actually going to be very funny because kerosene is almost stepping out. But the OLNG is not just thinking about normal household. We want to go, we have bigger plans, right? For instance, the aviation sector, we all know planes use kerosene. Now, there are like two kinds of kerosene. We have like, I wouldn't want to go into that, but what we're going to be selling will be extreme pure refined kerosene. It's not just going to be those kerosene that our grandmom, our mom uses, and we hear stories of the house burning. We've gotten a bit of more reliable connections for the kerosene. So we're adding up kerosene here because to an extent it's more economical, and we're trying to get to as many businesses as possible. We don't want ONG to be an app that few selective people who are educated can use, people who are tech inclined can use. We want ONG app to be something even people can use in the village. Very easy. Do you know most of our parents actually have WhatsApp, but they're not on Facebook. They're not on Facebook, they're not on YouTube, they're not on Instagram. It looks more difficult, but on WhatsApp, you put in your phone number, you validate, people send you a message. I mean, every one of us, our parents forward like amount of prayers and Bible verses we should read because the options are quite easy, right? So, in that light, okay, kerosene, diesel, cooking gas, petrol. Now they can choose any of them they want. So the second thing we thought about why making this is the fact that we want to be able to reach out to every single service or every single we want our service to reach out to every single location. And in order for that to happen, we have to have a couple of standards. So this was my thesis. So we're going to be changing this from your design. I can see. Can we have a marker? Is there a marker around there? Okay, give me a marker. Okay, there is one there. No, this is blue. Give me the black one. It's there. Okay, beautiful. So this is what I've been able to come up with. Now, if you decide to do what you did was beautiful so far. However, only I'm making amends. I mean, if this was to fly in some other countries, it could. But we're trying to create it based on the Nigeria sector here. Now, if we say let us keep making people order for 1 kg, 2 kg, and 3 kg, it's beautiful. But I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Imagine there was a point where on this dispenser, imagine you could actually order for a refill of this dispenser here. How stupid is it going to be that the full gallon like this is like how much again? I think it's like close to 1,000 naira, the full bottle, right? And somebody is being told he can order for 200. So now it would have been beautiful if you carry this jerrycan yourself and you head over to the supermarket and you stand and then you should give it 200 naira water. It's not between you and the supermarket. It's beautiful. I don't think anybody would be bold enough to do it. But giving them the option to order for 1 kg, some people will start bringing up rumors that if you order for 1 kg, they better. And they like order for 1 kg for like 5 cylinder. I mean, we're doing a refill service, right? So what I feel we should actually just do is this. We should have predefined what is it called again? Cylinders. At the moment, we have like a student package, a minimum house package. You could have, for instance, 6 kg, right? Then we can move over to maybe 12 kg, 20 kg, industrial, maybe 50 kg. Now, this is why I feel so. At the moment, what is the biggest problem we're having? Is the problem that very little order comes in at the moment. And why this order comes in is because we're the only people right now handling the distribution, right? We buy our own logistics. I say our logistics. We buy our own bike. We've been employing our own dispatch drivers to come and dispatch it. People are ordering from different locations. The business doesn't really look visible. We can't do this on our own, and that is basically why we're coming on public, right? We want to be able to have lots of people be part and parcel of the OLNG movement. But do you really think people, if, I think they do it normally, right? You can head over to the gas stand and tell them you want just 2 kg. But now, remember our model. Our model is a dispatch, right? A dispatch meets a merchant. After meeting this merchant, he does what? He does a pickup and then he delivers. In every single thing, we can actually just do normal business. But there's one problem we have here. It was that thing you wrote over there 20 to 25 minutes. That simply means you have less than 30 minutes to deliver whatever service this person ordered for. Now, if we, however, we're doing customized 1 kg, 3 kg, if we allow users to be able to select the amount of kg they want, we're going to have one issue. It is actually called, I think in restaurant they call it a la carte, where every single order has to be done specially. If this dispenser water was being filled, specially, I don't think it would really move that fast. Now, what we could simply do is to affiliate with every single merchant in such a way where every merchant knows in the morning, the moment you open up your what is it called again, filling station, we want you to refill this amount of gallons. Now we're having all custom gallons. Our keg will all be OLNG keg. So the way you buy your black jerry can, and on your black jerry can, you're seeing what again? 25 liter, 50 liter, 10 liter. Now we're going to have our own customized gallon. Just the same way this is a customized dispenser water having fuel on it. So every single morning, our merchants, which is everybody who is registered on the house, they have a quota. This quota is basically what you can afford to refill based on two major things: your capacity to buy products and your storage capacity. Because you could actually have 10,000 liters of fuel, but do you have the storage capacity to refill or to fill rather our gallons and store them? So whenever a dispatch driver comes to pick it from you, you can give it to them. Most filling stations might have the tank, but they don't have the storage facility because this has to be in a place that is ventilated and well controlled. We wouldn't want situations where merchants are complaining their filling stations are burning because they're trying to keep lots of products for we, the whole app. It's going to give us a very bad PRO. We have to start now to start thinking 360 into the future already before we even, think of all the hazard. So the best thing to do is to get our own customized gallon, whether for the gas cylinder, whether for the diesel, whether for the petrol. Early in the morning, the merchants will fill things based on what they can afford to. Now, this is simply where we now have what we call quality control. We have to actually, aside the app, which is like the easiest thing to create, the more difficult thing is actually managing the services. Remember, we have quality control. We have to make sure we remove anybody who is stupid in the platform, because I know we're going to be expecting people who will come in here to abuse the platform. This is simply why I was happy we have a review system where if any merchant is selling a bad product, people can give him a bad review, give him a thumbs down, share their experience of how the fuel has knocked their car. And this is simply why I think we're going to talk about the merchants some other time, not on this particular video. We're going to talk about how we're going to do the KYC, how we're going to validate them, the requirement. So a merchant doesn't come in, with one person's account and then tomorrow he just signs up. That will be a more stringent process. But in a nutshell, you're going to update that your 1 kg, the custom, you're going to make it defined packages. You see that you're going for maybe like 6 kg, 12 kg, 20 kg, 50 kg. So we're going to check all the cylinders we can actually get ahead of time that will be customized. Why? Now, aside just this, we would want to make sure our product comes with a seal. Now, have you seen a new fresh dispenser bottle?
Yes.
It is usually very sealed. You have to break the seal of a dispenser. Now, if you're actually doing this, our gas, 1 kg, 2 kg, it will be waste of time to put 1 kg and you have to, refill it. Yes. So what we're basically going to do is to just have, a spread of services. So this is what we're going to be doing. Today is what? Today is the 22nd of June. So this is the gist for today. Progressing on the OLNG app. We've made a couple of decisions today. I think the first one we have decided to do graphics. We're going to change the steps, the introductory step. If anyone watching, our viewers, subscribers, if you have anything to contribute as well, you can use the comment section. The OLNG app, we've created up an Instagram page, a Facebook page, and a Twitter page. This is a platform that will be launching in as soon as possible. We want every single developer, content writer, marketer, manager who would want to join the team to be able to reach out to us. You can send in an email at team@dannyokec.com. Team@dannyokec.com would be able to, we're going to welcome any suggestion we get, any recommendation we get. This is something we're actually doing to make sure we reduce, the problem of refillable energy. And in as much as we have the best brains, the best expertise on different tech fields, around, we'll still need as many ideas and contribution as possible. So today we have been able to deliberate and change most of the design. By tomorrow, we're going to give you an update of what we have also done.